I mean, I really like that, you know. To where I was describing to you about how feelings are, how my feelings are, you know, going out to you, and complete total trust. And it's such a beautiful thing when that surrounds people, and that's what can happen. And that's a protection that no outsider thing can destroy or get in the bubble of, because it's a dome of protection, and they just can't get in. I don't care what they try. And this kind of the experience just doesn't go just singular for a couple people to join to be one. This is out for everything, you know. But it's how I feel, and this trust and coming back and that loving. That's how I share, and then I put it out, and then I grow silent, and then when I do that, I wait. Is there a reply? Because that should set off some spark of action of something, or some kind of intent, or maybe it's a place where you've never been, and so you don't know. And then so, you know, it's got to come back to me. And then I can say what? And I can say when. Do you imagine the power of that right there? Wow. And the power like that right there, if you get on that place and you put that stuff out there, and if people aren't saying nothing, they're kind of silent, well, then that comes back to you. And, you know, what do you do with that? What does that do to you? Wow. That's kind of flippin' scary kind of stuff, you know? Especially with all the evil intent and stuff like that in the world. But I just waited for a reply from you, and I was just sharing that energy that was there. And, you know, and I was wondering if you really did even care, you know, because it ain't the point of that fact you said where, you know, how come I don't trust you? And that wasn't the question. That's where we stopped at. You remember? Yeah. And that was not the question, because I'm talking my trust going out to you in that moment when I was saying it. My trust was going out on to you. It's a feeling. It's inside. It's emotion. It's an energy, you know. And it just, I share with you. And people like that. But it's always been turned something else somewhere before. And that's why something came close to that kind of a point, and I stopped it, you know. And that's the first time I've ever stopped anything like that. I could never, you know, the attention of it. And I could never divert it, you know, because I didn't want to. And I just, you know, took of whatever was there, however, you know. Resist temptation. That's what it was. Resisting that temptation. Because it wasn't a temptation to me. It was just something, you know, I partook of, I did, you know, geez. What? But then you grow, you know, and then you come to have a different type of understanding if you're thinking about it. But the thing is, with nobody thinking about it, how can that ever get out there and expand, you know? You know, stuff like that keep hidden down, like the news channels and stuff like that. War this, war that, sick virus, blah, 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 you know. And it keeps these other thoughts knocked down, beaten. So it's like time when we have to start setting off ourselves like beacons, you know. People can be those beacons, you know. That's the most strongest power in the world, not some freaking asshole government telling us what to do when it's totally against all our reasons of our desires, you know. And that's a dangerous thing too, because you'd be taking that away from those that do all the harm and have all the greed and have all those desires that are just something that should have been turned and switched off, but they never knew how. They went crazy with it from the empowerment of it, you know. And that's something I just wish they would never be, I would never be. Wow. You know, I think of the things going on in the world and what's happening. It's what's a sad thing. And it goes beyond human beings, you know. It's like the earth itself. She goes through cycles. And there could be one coming up, but possibly not as rough as any in the past have been. You just got to be aware and prepared and just start paying more attention. Yeah, it makes the dogs out even, they know. Yeah, they know. You tell me it's enough. Okay, good job. Well, so what are you going to do? You need some water? You need some water? What do you need right now?
To do next.
Huh?
For you to tell me what to do next.
Oh, man. Yeah, but you know. I mean, you already know. Because it's like in that beginning, that sharing there, it's all, I understand, but it's all in truth, knows. You can go see, you want to see what the, don't piss me off. What'll be the name of that tune today? Bark off.